So in this video, we're going to start by looking at explore F through K and then the two reflect questions. So let me grab a color here. All right, so a function may change from increasing to decreasing or decreasing to increasing at turning points. The value of f of x at a point where a function changes from increasing to decreasing is a maximum value. So when you go from increasing to decreasing, it's at a maximum. A maximum value occurs when the point appears higher, so maximum is higher than all nearby points of the graph of the function. Similarly, the value of f of x at a point where a function changes from decreasing to increasing is a minimum. A minimum value occurs at a point that appears lower than all nearby points in the graph. If the graph of the function has an endpoint, the value of f of x at that endpoint is considered a maximum or a minimum value of the function if the point is higher or lower, respectively, than all nearby points. So, at how many points does the given function change from increasing to decreasing? So we're going to count how many times it changes from increasing to decreasing. So I'm seeing one change, increasing to decrease, only increasing to decreasing, two changes, three changes from increasing to decreasing. What is the function's value at these points? So we'll notice the value. Remember, we're looking at what the y is equal to. The y happens to be equal to 1 at all of these values. I'm going to erase a little bit. Okay, then we're going to look at how many points does the function change from decreasing to increasing? So decreasing to increasing. So there's one decreasing to increasing, two decreasing to increasing, and that's it. So I would say twice. What is the function's value at these points? So if I look at the function's value, in this case, they happen to be the same. They aren't always. So it's at -1. A zero of a function is the function for which f of x or the y value equals 0. This is huge. We use zeros all the time. You got to really make sure you understand zeros. On a graph of the function, the zeros are the x-intercepts. So this is another word for zeros, is x-intercepts. How many x-intercepts does the given function have? So we need to look and see how many times does the function cross the x-axis. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Identify the zeros of the function. So all we're going to have to do is identify these x values of the function. So I see 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Discussion. Identify 3 different intervals that have the same average rate of change and state what the rate of change is. All right, I'm going to erase again a little bit. So the average rate of change, remember, is where the slope is equal, okay? So I just need to find intervals that have the same slope. If I look at this interval right here, I'm going up and my slope is up 2 over 1. If I look at this one, up 2 over 1. I look at this one, up 2 over 1. So I could use the intervals from the x value -1 to 2. So -1 to 2. The next one is from 4 to 6. So 4 to 6, that's a comma. And from 8 to 10. And then the rate of change we decided was going to be 2. So I'm going to use it average rate of change equals 2. There's another one I could have done, though, if you look at this. I could have looked, couldn't I have looked at all the decreasing? Don't they all have the same slope? Even though that one's shorter, it still has the same slope, right? It's down 2 over 1. So I have that same slope on those. So I could have written from 2 to 4. 2 to 4, 6 to 8, and 10 to 11. So 6 to 8 and 10 to 11, and that average rate of change is -2. And then discussion. If a function is increasing on an interval from A to B, what can you say about the average rate of change of the interval? So if my function is increasing, it's going up. Wouldn't the average rate of change or the slope have to be always positive if it's going up? So I would say that your average rate is, let's make a complete sentence. If a function is increasing, the average rate of change, I'm going to be abbreviate, average rate of change is positive.